Hello and welcome to Don't Evolve Me, the place that Gash Customers Pikachu. We don't evolve. We just level up here with MIYM, the talk, Peacemaker, DCU, a little bit of Twisted Metal, maybe a little bit of One Piece. We will see. Maybe a little bit of the Bleak, but mostly Peacemaker, DCU. Hello, MIYM.
Oh,
I think this is the first time I didn't refer to you by your actual name.
maybe.
So I'm working on it.
Yeah, it's getting there.
Yes, it is. All right, so Peacemaker. We have not talked Peacemaker since we've been on the show for quite some time. I know we talked about it initially when it came out, like years before we even did Don't Evolve Me, but I know that we talked about it a little bit on the show. Peacemaker is out. We did Superman together. How are we feeling about the first half of Peacemaker season 2?
I'm enjoying it and excited for the next episode. I think that is all you can really ask for, right?
I think so, yeah. Actually, you know what? I already messed up what I was going to do. First thing we actually have to talk about, the big issue. The issue that was like the number one question for everybody. Does the title sequence slap the same as season 1?
You know, my outright instinct is I want to say no, it does not.
I feel like that's everyone's.
However, I do think that maybe there's some weird bias going on, right? Because like everyone ended up like loving the first one so much, and the song was so iconic that I think it was kind of doomed to not be as iconic. It's like trying to repeat something that, like lightning, it doesn't strike twice, kind of thing.
I've had thoughts on this for a while. So I remember the first title sequence, and I remember me and you talking about it, and we're just like the first couple episodes, we were just kind of like, "What the fuck is this? Like, what are they doing? This is weird." We kind of liked it. It was like, I like it. The song's cool, but I'm like, is this every episode? And it was. And by like the 5th or 6th episode, it was like, all right, this is dope.
Yep.
Do you
never skipped it?
Do you really want to taste it? Like, it became something that we enjoyed, and we were like, yeah. Like, we wanted more shows to have a title sequence. So, like, once season 2 came up,
something gets you hyped.
We're like, oh, they're doing another title sequence. It's a different song. It's not the same. It was never going to be the same. And I don't think if it was the same, they should have just done the same thing with, like, an added version of characters. They didn't do the same thing. They did something different that was, like, the same style. And I will say the first time I heard it, and I remember listening to the song before watching the title sequence and being like, this is an interesting choice. It slaps, but in a completely different way. I did watching the title sequence. It slaps, but in a completely different way. So I'm not like, I watched all these like different TikTokers or YouTubers like doing the reaction in real time. They're just like, oh, it's not the same. It's not the same. It's like, if you expect it to be the same, then you're going to be disappointed. And for me, after like the 2nd or 3rd episode, I started like digging it a lot more, and that's the song that's just stuck in my head. It's different. It's not, wigwam. It's not. Do you want to taste it? But it's a completely different song. It points like love is like the focus. Yeah. It's a 5 change, but it slaps in that style, and I'm enjoying it for that reason.
I also saw today that apparently, I don't know if I really noticed, but the episode intros are like slightly different. Like for every episode, like the dances and stuff. Yeah.
Oh.
Like I guess the last one didn't have Michael Rooker in it, or had like a different spot for him in it.
Oh, okay.
Like the last episode and stuff like that. So I guess there is little differences in them that I didn't notice. But I read that today. Might have to look back.
Okay, I'm gonna have to rewatch each one of them and see like the little bit of differences. I like hearing James Gunn and John Cena talk about the title sequence, because they're talking about like who's the worst dancers. And last time it was the guy who played Peacemaker's dad. Like, he was the worst dancer, and he just Jimmy one move, and it was a little hip thrust, and it was like, perfect, that's it. But I like how they're just like, yeah, Frank Grillo and Michael Rooker suck at this. Like, they struggled so much, and I remember just like, I will just watch Frank Grillo, and he is so awkward throughout the entire thing.
I'll have to keep my eye on that one next time.
And like he's wearing a shirt that's like way too short for him, so like, you have him and like Lebeo on like 2 opposite sides. They're both showing off their stomach.
You mean Adebayo?
Yeah. My bad. My bad.
It's okay.
But like she's wearing a crop top, so she's showing off her stomach, and like Frank Grilla's on the other side, who like and you see his stomach, and you're like, okay, that's not a crop top. His t-shirt's just too tight. He's awkwardly moving the entire time. So I don't know. Like I enjoy it. There's other things that like other feelings I have for it, where it's like knowing that Harcourt, and like the lady who plays her, I always forget her name, and
I had it in my head till you said something.
Jennifer Holland. Jennifer
James
Holland.
Gunn's
So yeah, the fact that like it seems like it's so weird. Like, how would you feel if you had a wife and like you were a director, and you're gonna take your wife and have like another main character who's, you know, in a sense really attractive, at least in like the male glaze sense, and then have him just like, you know, have his like hands like it's just like a weird like this is weird when you think of it through that lens.
You know, well, maybe we're just kink shaming a little bit. Maybe he's just a bit of a cuck, you know.
Maybe. Like no shame.
Yeah, no shame.
No shame, but it is like a thought. I'm like, man, this is okay. I don't know like how I would do that as a director if my wife was an actress and like she was the main like female protagonist or one of the main female protagonists, but it's like a love interest to like the, I don't know. It's an interesting parallel.
Well, as long as she doesn't like leave him for John Cena or something, I think it'll be
that
okay.
That would be a twist.
That would probably be like the end of the DCU as we know it.
You know what's even like bigger though? His ex-wife is plays Pam on The Office.
James Gunn was married to her?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Jenna Fisher. Yeah.
Fisher,
Yep. And you know who plays Keith?
Yeah.
The guy who's the ex-boyfriend of Pam on The Office plays Keith.
Okay, I didn't realize that.
Isn't that like I'm like I know that guy from somewhere, and then I'm like, oh, that's the connection. James, what are you doing here, man?
It's weird.
Like it's
web of love.
It's odd. I'm enjoying it though. How do you feel about like James Gunn, his whole usage of people he likes in multiple roles?
I got absolutely no problem with it. I think being more fluid with like actors and stuff like that is absolutely fine, and I got no problem with it. Even just like I think it makes things more able to be continued, and it kind of, I mean, just like comic books change writers, and stuff like that. You know, why can't these characters change actors? Yeah,
it's hard when they change writers because especially when you're following a story and it's like that's not how he was. It's like okay, it doesn't matter. It's a new story. I will say that is hard from a comic perspective, but
well, it's definitely less of a change, I think, changing the actor than changing a whole like writer of a thing. But
I have no problem with James Gunn using people he's familiar with. To me, it makes sense. Like if I was a director, I would want my friends in the roles. You know, as long as like they can do the role and they can handle like the tasks being presented. Like I think like Sean Gunn, his brother, he handles pretty much every role thrown his way. Michael Rooker. Handle Nathan Fillion, like all these people add flair to like these little roles that they do. I think my only point of contention is like it is confusing when you're like, hey, that actor plays this other character, and there is some similarities, especially for Michael Rooker and Nathan Fillion, because they were in the Suicide Squad, which is still like half and half in the DCU and not in the DCU. So it's like, okay, is Nathan Fillion also TDK, who's dead now?
Yeah,
is that a thing?
Yeah,
I know. But like that's like where the question is like, is this character still canon? There's those questions. But I'm like, it's a small pettier problem that I'm not too focused on. But I mean, that is some contention I have.
That is something that like I am more than willing to suspend my disbelief for. Like that doesn't bother me at all. Like I actually kind of like it because you get, I don't know, just because like when you get character actors like Michael Rooker and Nathan Fillion, I want them to be able to play like those fun characters that you just see for a little bit, but aren't like main staples, so they can keep coming back. So instead of just like blowing the load on Michael Rooker playing this eagle hunter, which is awesome, and then never seeing him again, then I would much rather get a bunch of bit parts and stuff
He
like that. I'm
he has
totally
three
okay with that.
different roles so far. Michael Rooker does. He has the Nazi from Creatures Commandos that gets blown up by GIA robot, deservedly so.
Mm.
You have now the Eagle Hunter, Native American or cultural appropriation Native American.
Yeah.
I'm like confused. I'm like, are you supposed to be
And
white or are you actually Native American?
no, I think he's supposed to be white. I think that's the point.
It makes sense. And then of course, he was not
Savant.
Javel Savants,
Savant.
yes.
Yep.
I'm willing to, but I think there is a point where I'm like, okay, if you keep using the same guy, it gets there is a point of like, okay, it's a little confusing. Um, but I don't know if he's really crossed that point for me at all.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. I'm not really worried about that aspect. I actually enjoy that aspect and kind of look forward to seeing
Mm-hmm.
some of these people that, like Alan Tudyk. I mean, he's got like
I was going to mention
3 or 4 roles in the
Yes.
DCU already now, if you count voices. And
No,
I'm
for
totally fine with that. I love Alan Tudyk, and I think he's a great voice actor, especially.
yes.
So,
All right. So season 1.
mm,
I recently watched it. I would say I watched it in July. We're recording this in September. You watched it, I know, relatively.
within the last year.
Yeah. Here's my okay. So I remember when I reviewed it and we were talking about it. I gave it like I thought it was like a 4. I thought it was a great show, but it wasn't like close to elite. I am after rewatching it. It is very close. This is one of James Gunn's better projects. Like this show is relatively really really good.
It's tight. It's all together in one show.
Yep.
Which is nice. Like you don't feel like you need all this background information and
Exactly.
everything. You get a really good story from start to finish. The characters are great. Yeah, I would agree with that. I definitely 4+.
Like I love the idea of like you have a like I just like the character of Peacemaker and like I love how John Cena plays him. Like he plays him like he's very relatable, but he's still like a dipshit. He's still a villain in the very sense of the word, but like he's not like I think of Wreck-It Ralph. He's a bad guy, but he's not a bad guy. And I love just the nuance that is played with him. Like, yeah, he kills on question, like he kills in the moment, but then there's that question of like, I don't want to kill family. I don't care if they're infected by bugs. I don't want to kill kids. Like, I don't want to be remembered killing my brother, which is.
And he's got a morals still. Yeah, like he's a conflicted guy.
I think the reason why season 1 is really, really good and why James Gunn just does amazing here is he's so great at character work. Like the character work is like front and foremost. The plot, I forgot what the plot was, which is saving the world, but like it was a small, hey, there's this alien race.
It was like the driving force, not necessarily like the whole point of the show. It's kind of what kept the plot moving, basically, but it wasn't like the focus. It was a character driven story for sure.
Which is where I want to segue to this season. Because this season I think is just as good, but I don't have any fucking clue what this season's about.
Yeah, I know. We're 4 episodes in and we're
like, what's the plot here? The plot is just like a continuation of like events from season 1, which is awesome. But it's this like continuation, like it's just moving the characters forward.
I'm assuming things are going to hit the fan here in the next couple episodes, and some crazy stuff's going to happen.
James Gunn
budget had to have gone somewhere.
James Gunn has said that his favorite episode, which is not an episode he directed, is episode 7. He says 6, 7, and 8 is like his favorite run of writing he's ever done. And I'm excited for it because if he says it's good, I'm going to assume it's fucking amazing. On top of the fact that everyone assumes there's going to be cameos, which we'll talk about in a little bit of who we think those cameos could be.
See, we live in a world where we actually could get David Cornsweet.
I was thinking that
the Peacemaker show, unlike when it was Henry Cavill and like super famous and all this other stuff, it was so unlikely. But now we're in a world where that stuff can actually happen, and I like that.
How funny would it be if like he's just all Boy Scouty and John Cena's Peacemaker is just cussing him out like a storm, and he's just like,
what I want.
He's just like, oh golly, can you just like stop language?
Yeah, that's what I want.
But no, I'm enjoying the season just because let's get into season 2 a little bit. The 4 episodes. We're 4 episodes in, so we have the ties that grind for episode 1. A man is only as good as his bird is episode 2. Another Rick up my sleeve episode 3, and need I say door for episode 4. I think the last episode was probably the worst one, but I still enjoyed it a lot.
It might have been like the worst episode, but it had some of my favorite moments in the whole show so far.
Economos just like ripping up everybody. It's like, who's this guy? Like, you know fucking exactly who I am if you read my dossier. Yeah, I have social disorder. Yeah. I don't go good with people. But I am
literally paid to deal with me, to deal with my shit.
Dude, I love when they're like, oh, this isn't your job. This isn't your business. I like the school that I work at. Kids are like, it's not your business. I'm like, no, it's literally my business to do this. I'm sorry. Like, I'm literally paid to bother you and make sure you're doing your job. Like, that's. But I love that moment for him. Just him just mouthing off. Okay, so we have a lot of things happening. One, we have the door. The door to the inner dimension.
99 doorways.
I think everyone assumed, and I love that MIYM mentioned this. I just assumed your dad was a super genius.
Yeah. You see, I always thought that was something that never made sense to me.
It didn't make sense either.
I'm glad that they kind of explained it, because he did not strike me as a super genius that could do all this stuff, especially with like no money.
Yeah. He found a door by killing an alien. Just not even like talking to it, just killing it immediately. Stole the door somehow. Actually, Chris did it.
Yeah, Chris and Keith.
Yep, they did it together. They pressed buttons and boom, the door.
Somehow figured it out. Yeah, looking at how he moves the door later, how the hell would you figure that out?
You just do things. It seems simple enough. All the beads have to go in the middle.
Yeah.
I mean, I probably would have done the same. Like, that's all you gotta do. You gotta move the beads in and boom, doorway. But you're gonna want to run. Why? You're just gonna want to run. No, I really like that they did that story. But another thing I want to mention too is both I forget the dad's name. What is his name? So we can just call him by that. Oh, Augie Smith.
Augie. Yep.
So Augie, Blue Dragon, Red Dragon, they both found this door. So I assume in both universes, this is how they found the door. Is through an alien. Now, in this door, there's another alien species that comes through a door, burns their rats or their version of rats, never says hi, and then walks away. He's in the title sequence. He's going to be something.
Some more explanation of what this actually is, yeah.
I love the theory that it's Martian Manhunter.
I don't know if Martian Manhunter would want to burn things.
True. That is his general weakness. I know that was just a theory. Like, oh, it's one of the Martians. I'm like, maybe it would be an alien that makes sense. But yeah, they are against fire, so maybe that's why they do it there, because they are a weakness. Maybe it's not Martian Manhunter. It's just a Martian.
Another Martian, yeah.
That has the shitty job of burning things.
But isn't Martian Manhunter's whole thing that all the green Martians are dead except for him, just like every other hero?
I think it depends on the comic book.
Okay.
I guess like Young Justice is probably my main version of like because they're both alive in that version. Yeah. So I think it depends.
But I think they're also like the last two in that version.
That could be.
Yeah.
I think it depends. There is like
doesn't it turn out that Miss Martian is actually a gray Martian anyways?
Yeah, white Martian.
White Martian, not even a green Martian?
Yeah, the green Martians are all there. They have a whole society of Young Justice, and then white Martians are casted out.
Oh, so it's like the opposite. Because I thought it was the other way in the comics.
Yeah.
That the green Martians got murdered and the white Martians took over. They were the bad guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
getting off topic.
Yes, a little bit. So like this whole thing is about the door. It's about the different dimension. And then in the first episode, he finds out that there is a whole different dimension that he walks into, and he calls it the best dimension ever, because in this dimension, he's a hero. His brother's still alive. His dad loves him. His dad's a hero. And, Jennifer Holland's Harcourt wants to be with him, even though she's with Rick Flag, which is a big revelation. that came out this season that
Yep.
Harcourt dated Rick Flag.
Yeah, right. But it was dating him right when he went off to die.
Yeah.
And then Peacemaker killed him, and then she ends up working with Peacemaker.
And then liking him, and
Yeah,
something happened on a boat that we don't
right.
know about yet.
We
I
can assume.
assume. Yeah. And then that's kind of the big revelation was she dated Rick Flag. And then, of course, Rick Flag Sr. is now reading Argus. He very much wants to watch Peacemaker, has looking for any excuse to throw him in jail or give him any punishment, which hence the door. The reason why they're really big on the store is because,
Superman.
Metropolis, Superman. So it's a weird sequel, but it's like a sequel, non-sequel.
Mm. It is, yeah. It's a weird place, but I'm here for it.
So it's basically just that's the story so far. They're watching him go through the store. He's finding this different universe. He kills himself because that version of him tries to kill him. He defends himself, kills himself, and then kind of takes his place.
Hey, real quick before I forget, did you notice that during that flashback with Rick Flag and Harcourt that he mentions the first Suicide Squad movie?
Oh yeah,
he talks about dating the Enchantress.
Yes,
that he was dating her still. So that first Suicide Squad movie is also canon to some extent.
To some extent, yes.
Yeah, obviously not the whole thing, but I found that funny.
James Gunn did say like the Suicide Squad, and I assume the first Suicide Squad. It's like loosely canon. Like some stuff happened, but it's more like a hey fever dream type of thing. Not everything specific. Like Starro was a thing, but it wasn't like specifically. That's not how it exactly happened.
Do you think we get Margot Robbie back in the DCU as Harley Quinn?
I'm like debating whether or not I want her or I want a different version.
I feel like that's like the one character that could move through and stay the same actor without anyone complaining about it.
I would say other than age, I don't know how old she is, but other than age, I think like I would want someone.
Don't disrespect Margot Robbie like that.
No, she's great. She's great. I'm just my whole viewpoint is I love James Gunn casting. So like when anyone's just like, oh, I want Stephen Amell as Green Arrow, I want Grant Gustin, I'm like, respectfully, fuck no. I want James Gunn to not give people their jobs back. I want him to find a new version that's going to be great because his casting is usually pretty good. And if it's not like comic book accurate, it's a really good version of that character that it's almost better than the original. Hence Star-Lord. Like DC or MCU Star-Lord is more interesting than comic book Star-Lord.
Oh yeah.
And that's not even to disrespect him. I think it's a more interesting version of the character. More personality, more flair. So I don't know. Other things that are happening in the show. Let's talk about the other universe.
Yes.
You have theories. I'm assuming about this universe, right?
Yeah. Probably the same theory that you think.
You go on and I'll fill in.
Okay. Well, there's been a noticeable lack of any other people in the universe besides white people.
Yep.
And it would kind of make sense if the racist crew is like the biggest heroes, that maybe it's a world where either they don't exist or something else already happened and they took over.
Yeah.
And that is my prevailing theory, which kind of tracks with everything. And then he's gonna be like, oh, I guess this universe kind of sucks.
That's the theory that I heard, that this is Earth X, which is the universe where Nazis won.
Okay.
And I think it makes sense. It really makes sense because, of course, from his perspective, it's the greatest universe ever. He probably doesn't realize. He never realized it's all white people. And as two white gentlemen who are from, rural America, it is very common to not have any people of color in events in rural America. Like, this is normal. So, like, going into a dimension with no people of minorities isn't necessarily uncommon for white folk who live in rural America. I don't remember where Peacemaker is in the world, but it comes across as more rural.
I think for some reason Illinois is coming to my mind.
Is it Illinois?
But I don't know if that's right.
I don't know either, and I would like to look it up, but we can. But like Augie, for example, Red Dragon, Blood Dragon, you have to be somewhere rural to essentially have that cult following that he has, or at least Red Dragon. So anyway, point remains, like, it's Earth X seems like the likely theory.
Washington.
Yep. Interesting. I'm guessing Eastern Washington then.
Like, not by the coast.
What's the place called?
It says Evergreen, Washington, wherever the hell that is.
I don't know. Probably some. Wait. Oh, that would be okay. So they mentioned Green Arrow in season 1. If they are in Washington, Star City is, I think, canonically West Coast.
Okay. Is it Upper West Coast?
I always get the sense of, like, Seattle is often known as, like, Star City. So
okay. So maybe it's up there someplace. It's closer to Star City.
All right, F it. Let's go with cameos then. Let's segue there.
Okay.
So James Gunn has been talking about cameos, or like not like that people can come up in this season. We already got Green Lantern. We already got Hawkgirl. It sounds like something big is happening. I don't want to overhype it, but what?
Mephisto.
Oh my god! It's Mephisto, damn it!
Should have known.
What's the DC to Mephisto? Is it just the devil himself?
Yeah, there's not.
It's Hades, really... guys. It's Hades.
Yeah. Because I mean, there's like the one below all or whatever, but that's like, or no, yeah, right. There's one of those in DC.
It's the Antimatter.
Confusing. Yeah.
So Antimatter actually really makes sense here.
Yeah.
Okay, so cameos that I've heard, Batman. He did technically make a silhouette cameo. That's like the biggest one, is they casted Batman, or it's Robert Pattinson Batman, and he's gonna make an appearance here. I think Superman or Supergirl would make sense, especially since the show keeps talking about it being a sequel or a leadway to the next movie that we'll talk about, Man of Tomorrow. It makes sense to me, but it feels underwhelming. Like, yeah, I would love it, I would enjoy it, but it's like, it feels underwhelming. Lobo is another one. Mr. Terrific could be one as well. Wonder Woman as well. Or anyone from Creatures Commandos.
Yeah.
Who else could we expect to pop up here? Green Arrow?
Maybe, but I mean, like, I guess my question would be, who would actually, like, matter to show up in this story?
Ooh.
Because, like, Green Arrow or Batman or something, like, yeah, they could just, like, show up, but it wouldn't really, like, have anything to do with the plot that we know so far. Is there anyone that would actually, yeah, that's a good point. Interdimension hopping, I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe Mr. Terrific, since he's got more experience with these portals and stuff like that.
Maybe Lex Luthor could be potentially.
Yeah, that would be a little confusing.
Would it though?
I mean, he just got arrested at the end of Superman, didn't he?
Yeah, but like, it's just jail in comic books.
Yeah. But I mean,
he's also a rich guy.
If they just let him out in the Peacemaker show in between Superman movies, that'd be pretty lame, though, wouldn't
it? Depends. Like, if James Gunn said we're going to do that, I'd be like, all right.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, but I don't think so. Maybe like them talking to him in prison or something like that, like Rick Flag or something like that, trying to get some information from him about portals and stuff like that. I could see that.
I'm trying to just think it's Jared Leto Joker. He's back.
Oh, thank God. That's what we've all been waiting for.
Honestly, that is a possibility in this world. It is.
Yeah.
Will Smith, Deadshot, he could be back too. Oh,
God.
Bloodsport's another one that actually makes sense for this show.
Yeah. What characters from? I mean, what if Harley Quinn comes back and they know each other?
True. Well, I think Bloodsport would be an interesting one, in the sense of like
an antagonist kind of.
Yeah.
Peacemaker.
Well, like, he could show up in World 3 or like World X, Earth X. he could show up as like one of the Sons of Liberties, like one of the warriors for them. I think that
Hmm.
would make sense in the context of it, and I wouldn't be surprised if they replayed out the Suicide Squad in a sense, where one character kills the other, or maybe Rick
Yeah.
Flag kills
Peacemaker.
Yeah, maybe.
Do you think he dies at the end of the season?
No, I think they're having too much fun.
Yeah, I mean, it would be interesting in a way to just kind of like close the chapter for a little bit instead of just leaving it hanging open.
Yeah. I think it just follows the question of like who's the cameo, because what's the story we don't know. Is this I get the sense that Earth X and that Earth is going to fight in some respect.
Mm.
Because of like the title sequence, we get the three, we get the Blue Dragon, we get that version of Harcourt, and then we have I forget Keith and whatever his name is. So I wouldn't be surprised if like they're involved. I just don't know what's the larger issue. Maybe it is a universal collapse because of the door.
Mm.
What do you think becomes? Do you think Eagly survives?
Better.
I agree.
Yeah,
Also,
can't kill an eagle.
Can we talk about episode 2 and how you just took out everybody?
The goddamn duck. He told me there was a duck in there. That was no duck.
Why would you think it's
I have no idea how big it is. I feel like I saw that joke someplace before this show, the whole like idea of being bird blind.
Yeah.
And I don't know where it came from, but to see it taken to such an extreme like this is so funny. I think it was like a joke on Reddit or something about somebody like not dating a girl because she couldn't tell the difference between like a duck and a swan or something like that. And they're like,
I just want to know,
that's what
like,
reminds me of.
Is this real? Is this like a real deficiency that people have? And like, I mean, I guess in this sense, if a bird's attacking you and you have this deficiency, but I'm also just like, why the fuck would you send this? Like, are people not reading dossiers?
Yeah, right.
Like, why is this? Why
is that or nobody just believes him, right? Because like, how ridiculous of a thing! Like, no way, come on, guy. What do you mean?
It's my only weakness.
Eagly kicked their ass.
They did. I was good. I'm a good Eagly. As you know, I play like a part ranger or a half ranger for D&D. So like, I just like had that connection of Eagly, like good beast, partner. Most beast partners in D&D would die in that scenario. Eagly, no, he's gonna rip your fucking eyeball out.
Yeah.
Also, are eagles that strong, or is Eagly like a super eagle?
I mean, maybe Michael Rooker thinks so.
the prime.
Yeah.
I do love how Economos was like kind of just like, no, there was a second eagle that attacked.
Yeah.
There's a second. Eagles don't do that. Oh my god, I'm dealing with the primal eagle. This is my life purpose to take him out.
I think it's going to turn out that Eagly probably is whatever he thinks it is. Honestly, so. I think that's what's going to be.
What if Eagly's like an alien or something?
Yeah, no, I think he's just a magic bird. I mean, saw because I mean, like they kind of confirmed that whatever weird magic stuff he was using was real. Because he found out where their cabin was.
Yeah, he was able to like astral projection.
Yeah. So there's some truth to what he's saying. So I think maybe there's a chance that Eagly is this spirit eagle.
The primal eagle.
Yep.
I like it. I have a funny story with the bird blindness. Because ever since that episode, Maven calls everything a fucking duck.
Oh god.
She didn't watch this episode with us by any means. But she calls everything a duck. She's like, oh, it's a duck. Oh, it's a duck. And I'm like, God, our daughter has bird blindness. So that's like a running joke in our family, because she'll just call there was like a little a bird that was like this tall that was running around yesterday. It's like, oh, it's ducks. I'm like, that's not a duck, baby girl. It's just birds. Not every bird's a duck.
Oh no, I'm sorry, guy.
she might have the bird blindness. We'll see. I will never put her in a scenario where she has to fight an eagle. I'm just saying. Smart. Like, is Argus?
I don't think anyone's ever in that scenario.
But
is Argus incompetent? It seems to be a little bit. I mean, especially when you got somebody like Tim Meadows' character, like as some sort of a higher up. I might see, this is my theory on it, I guess, is that it's a job that like can only be done by crazy people for the most part because of what they're asking and what they want people to do. So those are the people they get, and they just have to kind of work with them.
You mean like women with masculinity issues?
Yeah, I mean, crazy is a bad word, but you know what I
mean. I really love that. Like, you have male masculinity,
toxic masculinity. Yeah.
And like the funny thing is, it's legitimately a thing like with her character, and I love that they're playing it out that she's just like this woman who has the same issues as like males in that situation. I'm like, that's interesting. That's a fun that's a fun twist for that character. Just beating up random guys in the back alley
fights. Yeah.
So I like her turn. I like how they're making her not weak, but like weak in the male sense. You know, weak in the she can't handle her emotions, especially since like if you know she's dating her ex-boyfriend's murderer.
Yeah,
and like it's kind of not dating, but like you're having a thing, you're having emotions towards this person. Like that's a fucked up place to be in, especially since like Waller burned her.
Left her cold.
Let's talk about Waller a little bit because there was a James Gunn, and I think the actor behind John Economos, and I forget who else. They were talking about how Joel Kinnaman. Those three were just talking about how like they never talked about why Rick Flag was on that mission. Like Amanda Waller sent Rick Flag Jr. to die. They don't bring it up. But there was actually there was a scrap scene in the movie where Joel Kinnaman made fun of Amanda Waller's shirt. Like she walked in and he's like, "What are you fucking wearing?" You know, just like dissed her. And because Amanda Waller is so petty, he sent him to die. And that's why he was on that mission, because he made fun of her shirt. And they just laughed. They're like, "Well, that wasn't like officially canon. Like that was like, but like we're making that canon now. That happened. He dissed the shirt, and that's why he got sent to die."
Yeah, got sent on a suicide mission.
And then I don't know. I think it's just I like the play with feelings, and like she's failing to emotionally process everything and process those feelings. And this is how like a toxic man with like toxic masculinity issues would handle it. And I like that twist. It's fun to see play out. Now the question is, where does this come to, right? Obviously, Abayo and Peacemaker are in the door. They're probably going to Earth X or that other dimension, and probably
that's where shit's gonna hit the fan.
I'm excited for that episode.
This Thursday, probably.
Yeah, it is. All right, last little bit, and we'll wrap up Peacemaker and DCU. How does this set up for the sequel of Man of Tomorrow, which was announced
just recently
as a team-up film between Lex Luthor and Superman? And also, thing to note, this movie was pitched 7 years ago. The Man of Tomorrow movie, the Lex Luthor movie, was pitched. And you want to know who pitched it, Brandon?
James Gunn?
No. Dan Harmon.
Okay.
Yeah, him and another writer, I don't remember his name, pitched Man of Tomorrow. For those who don't know Dan Harmon, I would say I'm a pretty big fan. I'm assuming you're a pretty big fan. He wrote Community. He wrote Rick and Morty. Just one of those guys that like if he makes something, I'm interested because his concepts are crazy. He just never really like delivered it on a big platform. Outside, like Rick and Morty is probably the biggest he's gotten.
Yeah, I mean they did some pretty crazy stuff on Community.
No, he did. Like I fucking love Community. It's my favorite show. It's just I don't think it's ever gotten to the fame area where any casual fan who's watching this would be like, I know who Dan Harmon is. Community, Rick and Morty,
Adventure Quest, is that what it's called?
Or
Harmon Quest.
Yes,
Harmon Quest. His name is in the title.
Wasn't it like his D&D show?
Yeah,
like a D&D
animated.
It was like his D&D show before it became popular with like Critical Role.
Yeah. like random famous cameos and stuff like that. People
Yeah.
came on every week and played a character for an episode, and then they always got killed off at the end. Yeah, it was good. That's a funny show.
I gotta watch it. I never actually did, even though I'm a big fan of Dan.
Oh, you should watch it now, especially with your D&D. Like, it's a great like representation of like visual D&D.
I will.
Although it is technically not D&D, they're not playing D&D. They're playing different generic game system that they made up that's very similar to D&D, but it's not D&D because you had to pay licensing to play D&D.
Right. My bad.
Yes,
Thank you for. All right. So how does this set up for the sequel, and how does Man of Tomorrow is a thing? Because we watched Superman. It seems like Lex Luthor is going to be in his suits that's similar to like the Hammer of Bolivia suit.
That did look very much like a Lex.
It did.
Power armor.
Same with like the Lex the guys in the suit before too. It looked like he's going to get his super suit. It's been more or less confirmed. The bigger threats, I'm guessing it's either Brainiac seems like the likeliest. Mongol also seems up there. Maybe General Zod. Maybe I'm guessing no. But like Darkseid is another one. I'm like, okay, I could see it. But I'm like, how does this show set it up?
Right. That is the big question, because I mean they said that before, that the show is kind of teasing the direction of the DCU going forward.
Are we getting like an Earth 3 maybe?
Like
Ultraman, Owlman.
I mean,
that's what makes sense to me.
Yeah. Yeah, I really don't know what they're doing confused with all this. Like, there's so many, like, the fact that we already have like multiverse stuff like baked in. Immediately I start thinking like Crisis, but that doesn't make any sense.
It feels like it doesn't feel like a James Gunn move to go immediately heavy into the multiverse, like right after Marvel failed it, unless he's like, I can do it better, which I think he is doing it really, really well.
Maybe the plan is to like tie up all of this multiverse stuff like right away. Like they go into like a Crisis style story that just kind of recombines everything into one Earth and like gets rid of the multiverse for the time being.
Maybe. I feel like multiverse is a thing, but it's not like a thing, if that makes sense. Like in MCU, it's like the thing right now, and I think everyone's kind of sick of it. Whereas I think in the DCU, it's not. It's a thing. It's a tool. It's a thing that happens in the universe because that's what happens in comic books. But the story isn't going to be about the multiverse. Okay. It's just going to be an aspect, like Rick and Morty has that aspect. They can do a bunch of things, but it's not like the thing. If that makes sense.
Yeah, kind of.
It's very vague. I don't know. I just like, even with this season, I don't think the multiverse is like the big aspect about it. It's the characters. It moves the characters.
Yeah, but it is like the driving force behind all that. Like him going to the other dimension. Like, I mean, if he never went to the other dimension, then what would he be doing right now?
True. I think the driving force, I would say, is that he has the device itself rather than the device being, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know how this sets it up, because I don't know what Man of Tomorrow is, unless it's like some version of Brainiac, but I don't see the setup, unless it's like the loose setup of it. Like, Rick Flag Sr. seems like he's going to be a really big part of the DCU. He's like the Nick Fury, the connective tissue. I also think, how do you feel about Rick Flag Sr.?
Feels a little petty this season.
He does.
Like, I get that his son, obviously that's a pretty big deal. But compared to like Creature Commandos, like he was much more of like a hero, I feel like, and now he's kind of gone down this other path, much more Waller-esque. Yeah. Which maybe is just to fit the story better, and maybe he's just going through some stuff. But I kind of prefer the more upright Rick Flag than this like petty.
He also doesn't have the gray hair look.
Yeah, that too. That also is a little weird. Like, why did they?
It's because he had other obligations and he couldn't change his look for the video that he was in. And like James Gunn was like, yeah, that's it. Like that just happens sometimes in Hollywood. You can't change the look, and it's like,
You couldn't throw a wig on
CGI.
him.
You could
Yeah,
like CGI it.
you couldn't throw a wig on him. Wigs have gotten pretty good these days.
Yeah, they have. I don't know. It's I it's one of those things like I'm fine with it for now, but also like I liked his look in Creatures
Yeah,
Commandos because it's such a distinct look.
yeah, it definitely does feel like they're two different characters still. It
He
doesn't really feel
he
like
looks
one
like
character.
Crossbones to me.
Yeah, which
I
yeah,
like
it's Frank Grillo.
yeah, I'm like it just reminds me of his MCU counterpoint, not the DCU version, but
Hmm.
it's fine.
Maybe they set him up a little bit by making Rick Flag Sr. so jacked in Creature Commandos.
Maybe.
Yeah, he was huge.
I also
Not that Grillo's not in great shape, I'm sure, but
I also think it's interesting that Joel Kinnaman and Frank Grillo are like father son. Like they are. There is like there's like a decade age difference, so it's not too far to believe. But like Joel Kinnaman's not young.
no, yeah, it looks more like they could be like brothers than father and son,
Right. Or like maybe Frank Grillo had him like when he was 15 or something.
or like
Like
10.
maybe. It was just like a weird casting.
Yeah.
Like I don't see it, but sure, it suspends the belief a little bit. You don't know. But yeah,
I like Frank Grillo, but yeah, I think maybe if they would have, even if they just would have hit him with like the hair or something to make him look a little older and more,
or just the suit.
Difference.
Same suit. Where's the yellow, man?
Right.
Do you think Creatures Commandos comes into play here, like at all?
I feel like at least like in some point it should. It was, I mean, my understanding is that was what was setting up like what's to come in the DCU, and then we were going to see much more of it in Peacemaker, and so far
like
none of the like Themyscira storyline and stuff is come up at all.
Let's put the pieces together, right? So they have the huge like vision of essentially what they did in Age of Ultron, right? Oh, there's something's coming, the heroes are defeated, and like I can see it. We have to kill this like this army takes them out, and that's the threat, right? And they are pretty crazy powerful, but they always felt like there was something more.
Yeah.
Now we have Superman with the idea of dimensions and portals. Imps have been talked about a crazy amount of times, as well as season 2 is dealing with talking imps. We were talking with the doors. So I'm just like, what's the threat here? What's the gods and monster big? I know we originally said Injustice, not Injustice, but the League of Doom.
Yep.
Which still is on the table, but I'm like, what's the bigger threat here?
We haven't really gotten a lot of villains in the DCU yet. I mean,
Lex
really
Luthor?
just like Lex Luthor.
Suicide Squad.
Yeah. But they're all kind of, half villains.
Right. Peacemaker.
Yeah. Also like a half villain.
Red Dragon.
Yeah. It's a villain, but a pretty weak villain.
We have an anti-hero vigilante.
Yeah. He thinks he's a hero.
He's like borderline. Also, I don't know if I could hang out with vigilante.
Yeah.
Because I'm just like, if I play this wrong, he could just murder me, and he would have no remorse.
But it's probably better to have somebody like that on your good side, right?
Well, yeah, you would rather have him as a friend than an enemy. But like, you have John Economos, like he's like texting, like, "Hey, let's hang out, let's talk." It's like, I don't know if I would want to have a relationship with that dude, simply just because he could kill me.
That is one thing that I feel like has been missing so far this season is
vigilante killing a bunch of random people.
Yeah, or just vigilante being vigilante. I mean, we've had some like the jokes and stuff like that.
But
just like the overall action of this season, I think has been lacking a little bit. We had like the Eagly fight, and then one fight with John Cena. That was really awesome. When
the Eagly fight was like,
yeah, and when Peacemaker stops that bombing on Earth X, that was really cool too.
Just murders everybody, and they all cheer for him. It's like, weird. Earth X.
So I enjoy that. I hope that things pick up a little bit and we start getting some more of the action, because I really feel like obviously the story is great and everything, but even like with the first Peacemaker, like the action and stuff like that is what really kept it exciting.
James Gunn said it's going to be great. That is his best. So
I mean,
I believe him.
Yeah.
I believe it's
Hasn't led me
coming.
wrong yet.
Yes, true. Anything else on Peacemaker that we should talk about? Anything we're missing?
Oh, not that I can think of right this second.
I can't. Adebayo, we didn't really talk about her and her role. She's like best friends with Chris.
Yeah.
She's trying to find it. She's
to start her own business, struggling with her relationship.
Do you find her legitimate? Because she's often like a manipulator, and that was like the talk before season 2. But she's more friendly and has come to his side way more often than not.
Yeah. I mean, she showed up when he texted her 911.
Yeah. Is she? I'm just curious where it goes. And I know we didn't talk about her a lot.
I feel yeah, she's like had like one of the bigger roles in the season, but also really hasn't done anything so far.
Yeah.
Aside from just be there. It kind of seems like the glue trying to hold everybody together.
It seems like that, or Economos himself is all weirdly the glue, even though he's on the antagonist side, at least like for the story. So I don't. It's interesting. All right, should we? Unless you have anything else to say, I kind of wanted to get on record what I want my DCU Batman to look like. I talked to you about this because you asked the question, and I didn't have a good answer for you. How do you want the DCU Batman to be? I will say this on record. I would not hate Robert Pattinson Batman being in this universe. I wouldn't hate it. That being said, I want James Gunn to pick me a Batman. I want there to be a difference. I want that Batman story to be its own thing in the finish up. This Batman, I want it to be different, and I want it to be a James Gunn style Batman. And I think
I want something a little campier.
I want comic booky. This is what I would do if I was the person in James Gunn ear. I'd be one, you're directing Batman. There's no one else that's directing it. It's you. We're not doing dark Batman. Batman's dark. Don't get me wrong. He's
dark on his own, yeah.
But we're not doing dark Batman. In this story, we're going to change it up. This is my pitch. We're going to make Batman happy. The whole goal of this movie is to end with Batman smiling. It's something that's never been done before because it's always focused on sad Batman. Now, normally in a story, you want to make your characters miserable. Conflict is what's interesting. You don't make your characters happy. You don't give them power chips. Their flaws, their failures, it's like the most interesting part of building a story. But for Batman, his default is tragedy. His default is trauma. His default is isolating to himself. So if he builds a world where the people around him are safe, are happy, and are healthy, that would conflict with them a lot. And I really love that concept because what James Gunn wants, the brave and the bold, is a Damian Wayne Robin. The only way you can do a Damian Robin properly based on the comics is to have a Batman family that's already established.
Yep.
And the way I would do this is you have Dick Grayson's Robin. He's moved on to Titans. They're already working on a Titans project. Maybe he's Nightwing, maybe he's not, maybe he's about to come in, and maybe that's his story. He's trying to figure out what to do next. You have the current Robin is Jason Todd. You have Robin in training Tim Drake, who just found out about Bruce, and then out of nowhere, Damian shows up. And Barbara's there too, but there's a weird conflict of interest with James Gordon, and it being her daughter. I like the idea of just it being a Bat family film. And the idea of Damian Wayne having to decide whether or not to be like his family or his other family. Do you be like Ra's al Ghul, Ra's al Ghul? I'm like back and forth of which one's right. Brandon, please correct me.
Ra's
al Ghul, not Ra's. Ra's. And I like the whole setup was that I have in my head is the first opening act is we see this young brunette boy training with this girl, and they're doing this really
walking out of a theater with his parents.
No,
in a dark alleyway.
No. He's like 15. He's training with this girl, and it's this harsh training. And then we get in like 20, 30 years in the future, it's Damian Wayne. And
doing
like
the same thing.
Doing the same thing, except for a girl training him, it's his mom.
Mm.
And so we get the origin of Damian Wayne, and then the first act is watching the Bat family do their thing. And this is where it's a James Gunn film. You have it, it's fun, it's actiony, it's campy, but Batman's still like, the entire time. And his struggle is that he wants to push everybody away, but everybody keeps bringing him in, and he's becoming happy.
Mm.
And so I like to just the idea of like this family working together and becoming whole, and it ends. The last scene is Bruce smiling, looking at his family, and the biggest, like, probably the biggest character in the film would be Damien. Like it would
Okay.
follow him, but that's how I would do it. It's Bat Family, it's James Gunn style, where it's a group aspect rather than just Batman, and I think that would work. Whereas if you had the Batman Part Two, even if you bring Dick Grayson into the fold, which is rumored in that movie,
Mm.
you get two different styles. You get a Batman Robin focused film, then you have a Bat Family film. And I think I said that when you asked it. How would you do
Well,
it? Bat Family.
and I think I pretty much agree with that because I think you have two choices. You either start Batman on his own, or you jump way to the end of it because there's no way you're going to get enough time to properly introduce every member of the Bat family and go through.
Do it 10 years in. Make him in his 30s.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But for as far as like movie wise goes,
Yeah,
we're not going to get like a solo movie of Batman and then a movie of him meeting Dick Grayson and then the next one has Jason Todd. Like that would be terrible.
We don't need that. We already have it with the Batman.
Yeah. So the only thing I would really change for your pitch is instead of Jason Todd being Robin, I would have him be Red Hood and have Tim Drake be Robin.
Well, here's the thing. I don't mind that at all either. Like if James Gunn is like, okay, it's Tim Drake's the Robin and Damian Wayne is. I wouldn't mind it because it might be too many characters. The reason why I like the Jason Todd being the Robin aspect is you're still focusing on like the beginning aspects that we haven't really touched upon, which is like Bruce getting really hard on Dick when he didn't have to be because Dick is amazing athlete, whereas Jason is an amazing athlete and is often like more loose with Jason. And I would love to see that dynamic. But also, the next film is where you can just tear that family apart and put Bruce into that isolation and put him in that conflict where you have Jason die. And the second film could be like Under the Red Hood. So that's why I would do it that way. But I wouldn't mind if it's a Tim Drake Robin and Jason Todd's already dead.
Or even already out as Red Hood. Like, why do we have to do the whole deaths in the family storyline or whatever? Anyways. Let's get new stories instead of just retreading the iconic storylines that everyone knows already.
I mean, agreed. I'm just saying like that's how I would approach it. And I think
for the most part, I 100% agree with you. I think let's go full in Bat Family.
Make them
Let's
happy.
Get right to it. Yeah. Let's get right to it.
And show a bit apart.
Yeah. Show something completely different for Batman that we've never seen. I mean, we had, I guess the closest, Batman and Robin with Batgirl in it too.
Oh yeah, Batman and Robin, that movie. Yeah,
but it wasn't. I guess she wasn't technically Batgirl. She was Alfred's daughter or granddaughter.
Yeah, Alfred's daughter. So she wasn't like the classic Batgirl. Plus, Dick Grayson in that movie wasn't really classic Dick Grayson.
Yeah, he was more. I guess like I feel like his attitude was more Jason Todd.
Yeah,
trying to be cool, even though he had like the Dick Grayson background.
Yeah, it's like that edginess of the 90s. So, I mean, that's how I would do it. That's how I would pitch Batman to James Gunn. I'm like, make him happy, make it a Batman film, you direct it, because I don't think anyone else is going to hit your style, and I think you could really make this movie funny.
So, who's the antagonist in it then?
I think because if it's Damian Wayne Red,
it's got to be the
Lady Shiva.
League of Assassins.
Lady Shiva.
Okay.
I wouldn't want Rachel Gould or Talia to be the villain because we've seen it already. But I also feel like it would be too on the nose. I think Court of Owls would be too much. That would be another villain. But I think Lady Shiva being like an alternative version of
the League of Shadows, kind of like representing them.
Yeah, and maybe like it is actually they're working for the League of Shadows, but that's like the main villain.
Yeah, I think that'd be good. Somebody, because that's kind of on that line still. You don't want like the Joker or something in a movie like that.
I think
maybe like a cameo.
The first action scene, I would want Damian and Talia to watch the Bat Family in action, like behind the scenes. And I would want a team villain. of sorts. So, Joker and Harley would work. Joker,
Mhm.
Harley, and like the henchmen, the Bat family has to take them out. That would be fucking fun. Like I
Yeah,
would love to see that.
yeah, yeah.
Mr. Freeze would be another one that I think would be like a group team up. Clayface potentially could be too.
I don't think we'll see Clayface in it. He's
No,
already
I
gotten enough.
no, but like he is Clayface would be good because he's actually part of the Bat family in the comic books. So like that would be an interesting villain to tackle.
Clayface is part of the Bat family.
Yep.
Since when?
Uh 5, 6 years ago.
Oh,
Yeah, he
he
was
just he
Detective
was always
Comics.
he was always a villain that never really had to be a villain. He was just an actor that got real fed up
Yeah.
with
There
people not
was
liking him.
there was multiple versions of it, and I think this is the Basel version of it.
Okay.
So yeah, and that's another. You could also do maybe Lady Shiva the first time. I don't know. You could. There's a lot of different people to choose from. It could be more of a Bat family villain, or think of like the Hive, like the Teen
Mhm.
Titans.
Yeah.
Like those
Like
could
a
be villains.
yeah.
So I don't know. I'm indifferent on like who the villain would be, at least for the beginning or what cameos. But I think like at the end, Lady Shiva makes the most sense.
Yeah. I think that tracks.
Yeah. So that's
That
how I
would
would
do.
do it. All right. Yeah.
I'd see it.
That's how I do Batman. But yeah, I keep hearing the rumors of Robert Pattinson, and
Yeah.
I'm like,
I hope not.
I'm like,
He just doesn't fit. He doesn't like.
like if
I'd be okay if they do like a real tonal shift. Like I guess if they do decide to go down that dark
Mhm.
Batman route, like I'm still here for it to see what James Gunn does with it. But I don't think the Robert Pattinson Batman fits into this world, this DCU that we've seen so far, like at all.
I I agree, but I also, if James Gunn said we're doing it, I would be like, he's the only one that I'm just like, okay, yeah, I'm in. I don't
Yeah,
know how you're gonna do it.
one thing that I'll give Ben Affleck because I did not like him as Batman very much at all is that
Yep,
he had the build for
he
Batman,
did. Oh yeah,
and that is the Batman I want. I want the big burly, you know, massive Batman, not the more Robert
skinny.
Pattinson style. Yeah,
I like the physicality of Robert Pattinson.
yeah. I mean, I'm not complaining about it. It's a choice,
Yes, I
but
agree.
I much prefer that style
Hmm.
of Batman that like we saw in the Creature
Cre-
Commandos
yeah,
cameo. You know,
you,
the
you
big.
want you want the thick with two C's Batman.
Yeah,
You want
exactly.
thick
Yeah.
Batman.
Yeah,
I don't know
like the
who.
new Absolute Batman. I don't know if you've seen him at all, but he is a
Uh-uh.
unit as well. He
I
is looks like a fridge. I like that Batman.
You want what's his name? Alad Richardson Batman?
Yeah, yeah.
Like you want that
I
frame?
would. That is a casting that I would be here for.
What about Jensen Ackles?
That
Jensen
is the casting
Ackles.
that I would be 100% here for. That is my dream casting for Batman, to be honest.
Can I call him
And I
Ackles the
think
entire time?
if that gets him to be Batman, then yes.
It's fair. I don't
Yeah,
know
I
how I
think
feel about him though. Ismail.
I mean, I think you saw he got beefed for the boys,
Mm.
even though he's not quite that size. Just because I think he's kind of a shorter guy in general,
Yeah.
so he's not quite that big. But I would be willing because I don't know. He's just one of my favorite actors. I think he's underrated, and I think he could crush Batman.
I,
And it's also
I'm
like a dream of his to play Batman. So
true.
like that
I'm
fits into everything that I want for the person playing Batman.
I forget the name of the guy that they think it is. It's an actor I'm not really familiar with. I think he's more of the smaller build though. I will
Mm.
say this, and I feel like I'm a James Gunn simp when I say this because I've been saying it all podcasts. Whatever he decides, I'm for.
Yeah, I mean, for the most, I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm not watching
Oh,
Batman because it's not
here's a one
Jensen
that
Ackles.
here's a rumor that I don't really care for though.
Okay.
Chris Pratt as Batman.
Yeah, yeah,
He has the build.
yeah. I'm not a huge
Yeah,
Chris Pratt fan these days
I
for
know.
reasons. So,
Oh, you don't want to get into politics?
unfortunately, even though I did love him, I've lost quite a bit of respect for him. So I don't
Yeah,
want him to be Batman.
I don't think he has the chops to be Batman.
No, I don't think so either. He plays that he's too like
Goofy.
naturally goofy. Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say.
He
Batman needs to be somebody that can stay like stoic and can still like break, some of those jokes once in a while and quips, but do
yeah.
it in a way that like maintains that like level. You know what
And
I
it
mean?
the animated Batman, Justice League Batman jokes.
Mm. Yeah,
That
just like the quips that, like the smart ass lines that he says. Yeah.
the dry smart ass like
Mm.
I'm trying to I don't even know who would play Batman. I don't have an actor in mind that like fits the build. That's where I'm just like I'm just
I
leaving the
think
people who
like
know.
physically the closest one that I can think of would be like Alan Richardson.
Yeah.
And I would give him a shot because I think he's also like really evolved as an actor over the years,
Mm-hmm.
coming from Blue Mountain State, playing Thad as the biggest idiot in the world.
I
To see him in what is that, Reacher? Like I
he
haven't really
was
watched the show, but I've seen bits and parts of it to
yeah.
where like I think he can play that more serious side.
He was also I forget what his name was. He was Aquaman at one point. He was
Yeah.
okay in that role. He was the Hawk guy from Titans, and he was actually probably one of the
Oh
better.
yeah, that was yeah. He played one of the better
Mhm.
just like actors in that show.
Yeah,
Period.
that show
I don't think I
sucked,
ever
but
finished it. Yeah, I don't think I
no,
ever finished it, but
that
one of
show
the
sucked.
Hawk and Dove.
Hawk and Dove, yes.
Yes.
He was really good at Hawk. I think he could pull off Batman. I don't think he is, and I think that Alan Richardson said he's not Batman. I think James Gunn's like he has a role. We're not going to say it yet.
Mm,
I think it's going to be like David Cornsweet, where it's an
probably.
actor that we're not really familiar with, but it nails it, and that's why I'm like I'm not going to fan cast it. I think James Gunn's going to do well because I can't think of a casting that I disagreed with.
Yeah. Chris Pratt.
As Star Lord?
No, as Batman.
Well, yeah, that would be
Yeah. Okay. You're saying a past casting that you disagree
yeah.
with. Yeah.
Like I don't think there's like any casting that I'm just like eh. Like even when Dave Batista, he was. Did you know he was supposed to be Peacemaker originally?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that role was made for him, and he turned it down because it wasn't making a lot of money in Suicide Squad.
Mm.
So he was supposed to be Peacemaker, but I'm happy I went to John Cena, and he like John Cena. He's like I'm not first choice, but he grew to love me, and like because he loved me so much, he broke his rule to bring me back to a show.
Twice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, I think Batista could definitely have a role in the DCU now because I think he said he was done. That he was leaving with James Gunn, right?
I
After
think
Guardians, that he wasn't going to do it anymore.
yeah, I think he said he was just done doing Guardians. Even in Guardians 3, he was never shirtless because he just doesn't want to do the makeup anymore for Drax. And I think, and like when I was watching Guardians 3 and he was just, never took his shirt off, it was like, okay, he's done. He's stating he's done. He wants to be done. But I think he would do a bigger role. I don't know what that role would be.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I don't,
But I could
yeah,
definitely see him playing somebody. I do like Batista. I think he's a fun actor.
he is. He would be a good Bane.
Yeah.
Like, I think Bane would be a good role for him. Yeah.
You know, he was in Smallville, played a villain in Smallville.
Batista was?
Yeah.
Who did he play?
I think he was like some sort of alien.
Okay.
I don't remember who, just like a generic villain, but he was in an episode of Smallville and he goes toe to toe with Tom Welling. That was before he was like an actor.
Nice.
And they just wanted like wrestlers because they were so big.
Yeah.
And, they looked the part.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So he's technically been in the DCU before. Well, not this DCU, but in DCU.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe James Gunn will add it to his DCU. Maybe he'll add the Arrowverse to the DCU too. Who knows?
Well, all he has to do, I mean, if he ties even like a small part of any part of the Arrowverse, then that ties everything in because
That's fair.
Smallville is part of the Arrowverse.
That's fair. Did you see the Stephen Amell interview where he was like pissed off that Peacemaker called him out?
Yeah, I think I did see that.
It's just like all that work, 8 seasons, 20 episodes each. I had to physically do all that work, and I'm like, you know what? Fair. You did a lot of fucking work. You deserve your props, but also I don't want you as Green Arrow anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
Like mad respect for him for that show. I want a comic accurate or a comic version of.
Yeah, I want the mustache.
Oh,
That's what I want. It's a little handlebar.
I want him to be blonde.
Mustache. Yeah, that too. That being said, I would be totally fine with Stephen Amell playing somebody else because I do like him as an actor.
Oh yeah. Maybe not a character that needs a lot of range. He struggles with range.
Yeah, I mean, give him play to his strengths.
He's not Casey Jones, people.
Yeah.
He did not feel like Casey Jones at all. I'm just like, man, you're just like a slightly tougher Stephen Amell in this role.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else on rumor or casting?
No, I think everything is so in flux right now. It's hard to
I'm excited for this universe, man. This is like how I felt about the MCU 10 years ago, and we had these conversations of where it's gonna go. I'm just excited, and like it feels like it's in good hands. Whereas like Marvel, it's in so many hands that I'm like, I don't trust it gonna be good. Like I'm certain some movies are gonna be good in the future, but it's not like every movie I'm like, all right, I'm ready for this. James Gunn's DCU so far, I'm just like, I'm excited for every little project.
Right.
I do, like Creatures Commandos, excited for it. It was great. Superman, I mean, that was like very much into it. Peacemaker, we shouldn't be this hyped for the show,
right?
But we are. It's good. So, and then 2026 we have Supergirl. We have why am I blanking? Not Sandman. Clayface.
Supergirl. We just talked about him.
Clayface. I think there's another one. But yeah, I'm excited for it. And then 2027, Man of Tomorrow. Whatever. Probably Brainiac is the villain. We'll see. All right. Well, this is it. Meme. Thank you. Oh, we should do a little bit plug. The Bleak is coming soon at some points. That's something we got to talk about.
Yes.
The Bleak. Roll for the End. The Bleak. First episode at some point in the near, I would say, month or so. We got to figure out a couple other sessions. But check it out. It's our D&D podcast group that we're doing. Roll for the End. DMT, Tom Chatfield. Tom, nerdier than you are. Chatfield is our dungeon master. We have Meme here. We have me. We have Donald. We have new guy Tony, and then Mike the Mike guy. For those who are, fans of the show, he's been on before too. We're all doing a show together. Hopefully that'll be coming out in a month or so. All right. Thank you, Meme. This is your host, Jake Sherbing, signing off.
All right.